On 2nd and 11 now. Winston, and he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard there to make the grab. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Don't be out there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And last time able to get 3.
No, that's just
not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Keep that one high
75 yards. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Oh, come on.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Pip Tony, nigga.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He's got the first down and more past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, here's Breida. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Ready, black, what is that? Let's go,
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll try to throw now. Winston. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A very solid gain of 27.
You niggas better get y'all shit to fucking gather, dog. And I mean that shit.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
Damn, dog. 2 penalties helped this nigga get even. There's a reason why this nigga in this position right now, bro.
That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again. First and goal. Here's Breida. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And the ball situated at the 9, second and goal. Jameis to throw it. And this is caught by Evans. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's third and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
This is third and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. They'll run with Barber. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a fourth and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays. Because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, hold one of those and go get 6.
These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Devin White able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told.
You see what this game just did to me? Never mind. God damn.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's second and a country mile. To throw is Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Prescott to throw it. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
One out route.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And taken right at the 35.
Wow.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Took away that. I know what you wanted.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Winston now from the 50. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pumps from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Fights loose. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 17, Winston to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board.
Yeah. Nah,
they missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into
field goal
they got
range. They had
down.
existing injuries on when I came in.
Working out of the gun, Winston.
Hey!
Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try it now with Barber.
No, nigga, you ain't get it, nigga.
On the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. Nigga. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Just like he dropped the touchdown,
I dropped in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the areas and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. We're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. From the gun, Winston.
Man, give me this
can't
pick,
hang
man.
on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Now Austin. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
Yeah, I know. That's why all this rain.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back.
You hold on to that block,
they want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At their 48-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Caught by Cobb. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Prescott. They'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Yeah. Showed it right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
They're not holding him, bro. It's all good.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing. Prescott. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The playoffs, but this is how you know it's the playoffs.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else.
And
that look like me, like out there in real life out there.
From one of your better players.
But I missed the tackle though. When I play that middle line back,
in the excitement area.
First step forward every fucking time.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. Go.
Winston now. He finds his target. It's Evans. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Dog, come on, man. See, dog, y'all is doing that. I know
it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Let's go, deep, tighten up. Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Breida, he'll try the right side.
Hey, tackle this man.
He's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down.
Hey, come on.
It's caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
You ain't supposed to be jamming.
From 19 yards away.
You ain't supposed to be jamming him,
this lead down to 3. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers.
I know he hot about that free throw.
Fly route, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 27 yards there, a first down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. They go play action here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Tight down. There you go. Sweat, hey. 94 is the mark. I got you. Go to 54, go to 50,
10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott from the gun. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 31-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Just the play I should have run.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25.
We need a pick.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now Winston. That's caught by Howard. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw is Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here's Winston. And no, it's incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check the
They'll run with Elliott. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, you know how many
One
times
thing about it, too, is I stay with the running game.
We see both teams
even though it
hold up
wasn't
the 4
working.
fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the
Yeah,
4 fingers for
you gotta keep the
4-minute
nigga honest.
offense.
This Zeke,
And this
though.
offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that
Yeah,
on the first play of the drive there.
Now.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
check 43.
Now a handoff here to his running
Oh,
back.
that was on
And
you,
he'll be
man.
stopped
Just hit
after
that
a gain
hole.
of
Trust
only a
what you
couple
see.
down to the 15-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now
supposed to just
backed
trust it.
up
I
in
ain't
the red
trust what I
zone.
see.
Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there,
we
hold
running the
him
ball
up.
every time.
Second, third guy in, rake it the
fuck if you
football,
look like
get it
that.
out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd and 10.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Let's get it.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
We're going to 54. Why is check. 26.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
That's Zeke, bro. We running both them over.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Forbath will put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Yeah, we need a lot of shit to go his way.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
The nigga who I may have to play got Brady.
I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I ain't even from the front.
You go to the combine to marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays.
I felt like, though, when I did play them, it was some Foxborough shit going on just because it's the Patriots and Foxborough. Nah, real shit. No, real shit, Triple. Like, it was certain shit. I'm like, come on, dog. Niggas dropping passes, like.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball caught free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And they're moving on to the conference championship. How about this?
What a tremendous feeling to get to the game that can get you to the Super Bowl. A fantastic season. Unfortunately, for the other team, a tough way for it to end.
Nah, because the nigga probably fired him.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis
what it
and all our hardworking crew,
make your own coach.
You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Took the run game away from him. It was all good. We still ran effective. Dak made the throws he needed to make. I threw that one. Oh, yeah. Because he's going to make the throws. If he make them throws that he need to make, you good. Like that one to Coop. I needed that. Good shit. Yeah, 61, 238, 2 touchdowns and a pick.